Good morning, everyone. Today I wanted to do a little video on H. pylori. So H. pylori stands for Helicobacter pylori and is a bacteria that attacks the stomach lining. Some symptoms of H. pylori are a gnawing feeling in your stomach. If it's empty, you can have acid reflux, you can have a burning stomach, you can have nausea, you can have globus sensation, which is the feeling that something is stuck in your throat when you're swallowing. You can have bloating. About 75% of the population do have H. pylori, but not all of it is virulent, so it doesn't mean that it's always going to be the reason for your symptoms. H. pylori is spread by saliva, so it is really important that if you are treating yourself, you're also going to treat your spouse or your household. If you don't, you are at risk of reinfection. The way we test for H. pylori is on a GI map. So prior to the GI map, we are going to be doing a protocol for protozoa. When we finish the protocol for protozoa, we would have been on the biofilm buster for 90 days. That is when we want to run the GI test straight away. So while we've been on the biofilm buster, we want to ensure that all the bacteria that are underneath those biofilms will be coming out and they will be detected on the GI map. Really important to use a biofilm buster when we're going to test for H. pylori, or you are running the risk of getting a false negative. It's too often I see people getting endoscopies and they might be getting a test at their general practice, and these people are coming back with negative results, and then they get to the GI map stage and they might be coming up as a positive. This is because of the biofilm buster. So it's really easy to get a false negative if we're not using a biofilm buster. We also want to be using a biofilm buster during the treatment of H. pylori, just to make sure we're really getting the bacteria and wiping it out. So in Western medicine, they usually prescribe antibiotics for H. pylori, usually triple therapy. I don't like antibiotics, not only because it's not good for you, and quite often it doesn't work. Also because when we are in a situation where we do need antibiotics for something like a bacteria that's really hard to get rid of, we want to save them for this. We don't want to build a resistance to antibiotics. We don't want to be wiping out that good bacteria while we do have some bad bacteria that we are trying to get rid of as well if we don't need to. There are natural protocols for H. pylori. It can be difficult to get rid of, and the protocols can be long, but it is possible. Another thing about the antibiotic route is the protocols usually aren't long enough. So if you go to your general practice and they give you a protocol for H. pylori with triple therapy, it's usually a week or two. So it's just not long enough to wipe out the bacteria. If we're not using biofilm buster, quite often people will do the antibiotic round. I'm seeing in a lot of threads lately, people are still saying they're feeling really crap afterwards. This is because likely it's either not worked or you've just weakened your body even more from the antibiotics, and it's just not long enough to reach the bacteria. The protocol for H. pylori is usually about 90 days, and even then sometimes we might need another round. It can be really difficult to get rid of, but with that being said, you can get rid of it. There are some things that make it harder to get rid of. So a massive reason that I don't recommend using HCl betaine, which a lot of people use if they think they have low stomach acid. I do have another video on low stomach acid and how to increase it naturally, so I will put that in the description of this video, so please go and watch that if you think you're suffering from low stomach acid. But HCl betaine allows H. pylori to dig deeper into the stomach lining. So if we are taking HCl betaine and you think you might have H. pylori and it's digging deeper, this is only going to make your protocols longer to get rid of it. So if you are taking that, I really do recommend stopping it. Some things that can help H. pylori are things like mastic gum, Pepsi Tyson, matcha tea. We really want to ensure before we start working with H. pylori, before we start trying to tackle it, that we have done a lot of work on the body first. So if you've seen any of my other videos, I reiterate basically in every single video the importance of going to gut work last, is because if we don't address these other areas first, like addressing our nutrient deficiencies, working on our hormones, working on our detox pathways, rebuilding and re-strengthening the body first, addressing protozoa, we are likely to be unsuccessful with treating H. pylori. I know a lot of people have the urge to jump to gut work, and believe me, I understand. I was once there myself years ago when I had health issues. I wanted to jump straight to gut work, and I actually did try that initially, and I got a lot sicker. So I really do understand the importance of working on our detox pathways first and ensuring that we're getting those toxins out. So we're not only re-strengthened our body a little bit before we're going into the killing pathogens, we're also allowing ourselves to have a higher success rate. And the protocols for gut work are long. They can be 90 days. They can be longer depending on what your situation is. And we don't want to be stuck on these protocols for an extensive amount of time and redoing it just because we haven't done the prior work that we can be doing to become successful. I hope you found this video helpful. If you are struggling with H. pylori or you have any questions, please do pop them in the question box below. As always, if you aren't looking for a practitioner, you can visit my coaching packages on my website.